A picnic to remember. Sophie's heart leaped with joy when her teacher made the announcement. Class, we're going on a one-day picnic tomorrow. The room buzzed with excitement, but for Sophie, it was extra special. At 10 years old, she had never been on a picnic before. The thought of spending an entire day outside with her friends, exploring and playing, was more thrilling than anything she had ever imagined. As soon as the bell rang, Sophie bolted out of the classroom and hurried home. She burst through the door, her face lit up like the morning sun. Mom, Dad, we're going on a picnic tomorrow. It's my first picnic ever. Her parents exchanged warm smiles. That sounds wonderful, sweetheart, her mom said. You must be so excited. I am, Sophie exclaimed, spinning in a little circle. I need to pack my things. I want to make sure I'm ready. Sophie ran to her room and grabbed her favorite bag, a bright pink one with little daisies on it. She carefully placed her water bottle, a small towel, her sketchbook, and crayons inside. Then she paused, looking around her room for anything else she might need. What else? She muttered to herself. Her mom entered the room carrying a tray of freshly baked cookies. The warm aroma filled the air. Here, Sophie. These are for you to share with your friends. Homemade cookies make every picnic better. Thanks, Mom, Sophie said, placing the cookies into a small container and tucking it into her bag. She zipped it up and gave a triumphant nod. I think I'm ready now. Her dad peeked into the room. All set for tomorrow? Yes, Dad. I can't wait. Sophie's excitement was infectious, and her parents couldn't help but feel happy for her. The next morning, Sophie woke up before her alarm. She quickly got dressed in her favorite yellow outfit and tied her hair into 2 neat braids. Grabbing her packed bag, she joined her parents in the kitchen for breakfast. Remember to stay with your group and listen to your teacher, her mom reminded her. And have lots of fun. I will, Sophie promised, giving her mom a hug. At school, the children boarded the bus, their laughter and chatter filling the air. Sophie found a seat by the window next to her best friend, Mia. As the bus began to move, Sophie's eyes widened with wonder at the passing scenery. She felt like she was already on an adventure. When they arrived at the park, Sophie couldn't believe her eyes. The sprawling green fields, tall trees, and a sparkling lake looked like something out of a storybook. The teacher gathered the class and explained the schedule for the day: games, lunch, and free time to explore. Sophie's group started with a game of tug-of-war, followed by a sack race. Sophie didn't win every game, but the laughter and camaraderie made her feel like a winner anyway. At lunchtime, Sophie opened her bag and shared her mom's cookies with Mia and a few other friends. Your mom makes the best cookies ever, Mia said, her mouth full of crumbs. Thanks. She made them just for today, Sophie replied, beaming with pride. After lunch, Sophie and her friends explored the park. They found a small stream and spent time skipping stones and watching the water sparkle in the sunlight. Sophie felt a sense of wonder she'd never experienced before. Everything about the day felt magical. As the afternoon sun began to dip, the teacher gathered everyone under a large tree for a storytelling session. Sophie listened intently, her heart full of happiness. The stories were funny, imaginative, and sometimes a little spooky, adding to the day's adventure. When it was time to head back, Sophie felt a pang of sadness, but also a warm sense of fulfillment. On the bus ride home, she leaned against the window, replaying the day's events in her mind. Back home, Sophie couldn't wait to tell her parents every little detail. It was the best day ever, she declared, her eyes shining with joy. Her mom hugged her tightly, and her dad ruffled her hair. That night, as Sophie lay in bed, she dreamed of the picnic, the laughter, the games, the beauty of the park. It had been everything she hoped for and more. And as she drifted off to sleep, she knew this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come.